Hey, hello everybody. Super good morning to everyone. 7:30 in the morning, Kevin Chan here bringing you live another session to complete out the 12 animal signs for the year of Wood Snake 2025. And here come the ball. Very early, the boys. Oh, yes. Too bad. Both of it doesn't work anymore. Two of the flopping thing doesn't work anymore. Hey, good morning, Pepper. How are you doing? I see QQ is around Jesus now. Hello, Winnie. Good morning to you all. Rest, right? So as we promised on the ranking system, right? The tiger is the next one that we'll be looking at. What are you doing here again? I thought you were done already. Go. Later bring you go eat. Yeah, we finish this. Okay. No. Don't play with my.
I'm hiding. You cannot see me.
No, you're not hiding. You cannot see. Come. Yeah. Go. Go back.
No.
Hello, Victor. Good morning. Right. Hopefully you guys doing fine. So today is the November 30th, last day of November. The last day. Yes, today is the last day of November. Ah, little boy is not gonna let go. You know, I'll show you his smelly. Smelly. This is called smelly. Cho.
No, it's called Bappy.
Okay, Rappy. Cho.
Not smelly.
The smelly are you.
Mm.
Go. Yeah, let's go. Let daddy finish. Hey, daddy finish. Daddy go. Then I can bring you for this.
It's in Ghana. Bappy is transparent and makes anything in front of it transparent. Wow,
Make yourself
Bappy is
transparent.
so transparent.
Enough. Go transparent right now.
Okay, let's go transparent.
Yes, Eric. How you? Come, go.
Go.
Later, they will bring you breakfast. Need to bribe him with breakfast. Right, let me shrink myself down to the smaller version first, and then we're gonna look at, right. So as usual, if you have not printed your BaZi chart yet, right. So this is one of the software that I'm using by typing Astro here, right. So you're gonna take a look at where is your BaZi, right. So the animal sign is basically at this particular portion which is labeled as Earth. Right, so you got 4 animal sign, the year, the month, the day, and also the hour, which all govern different aspect of your life, by the way. So the way that you're going to read this is that, today we're talking about tiger. See whether you have tiger in one of these 4 boxes or not. So if you got tiger in one of these 4 boxes, it will interact with the snake of this particular year and give you different Sunsha, right? So Sunsha is auxiliary star system. So it's one of the older system that's been used in this particular school, you want to call it, right? So in BaZi reading. Right, big head. No, not big head. This is the small head version already. Big head version look like this here. This is big head. Yeah. So this is small head version. Right. Okay, right. So this is where you take a look at, right? So the year talking about the public sphere. Public sphere usually will impact your reputation, right? So if reputation is something that's important in your industry, then the year is important, right? The career impact your conduct, how you do things, how you work together with people in the peer level, right? So that's basically on the month. A lot of time we name that as a career, right? So the day is your relationship, by the way, right? So if you are suddenly for relationship is something that's important to you, then look at that. The hour is your inner thoughts, right? So how your basically inner minds work, right? So it will affect your inner mind, right? So depend on where the tiger basically hits, then you start to know that what is the effect of it, right? So depending on what is happening, right? So come, let's take a look at it, right? So this is all the animal signs. So we have done fairly a lot already. Another 4 more to go after today, then last 3 to be completed. Then you have all the 12 animal, right? So by the way, the 12 animal is one of the more popular annual forecast analysis system there is, right? So it is a lot of time very common, right? So this based on the Sunsha system, by the way, right? So Sunsha is all the stars that is around, right? So the stars represent a lot of effect, right? So it's just basically the alignment of the planet Earth towards the constellation system, right? So different constellations inside the world, right? So the Grand Duke, which is the snake, is basically telling you that the Jupiter, right? So the Grand Duke is basically Jupiter. It's at the snake direction. So snake direction is about southeast. All right. So in relative to the planet Earth, the Grand Duke Jupiter is in the southeast direction for this particular year. That's all. right? So we no.
Since your royal visits are
All right, Royal
always
Prince is you. Yeah, okay. Stop reading that script. Go.
Yay! I bring joy.
Okay. Oh, love so much. Come, go. Let Daddy finish the script.
Yeah.
I'll bring you breakfast. Okay, right. So that's basically the Sunsha system, right? So we're gonna take a look at the omnibus little tiger, right? So tiger is not bad this year, right? So right. So they have one of the bigger problem solving style, which is fortune virtue, right? So now just tell you first, I need to qualify this fortune virtue. In the olden day, when you say that you are fortunate, is somebody who doesn't need to worry about food, shelter. Right, that's what fortunate means, right? So the fortune star basically is one of the what we call eating star, right? So you got food, you got shelter, your life is pretty all right, it doesn't mean that you are freaking okay, right? So but it's one of the more important thing, right? Because in the olden day, having access to food is a really very fortunate thing. In the olden day, food is very hard to come by, right? So it's not like they have existing fresh market or your hypermarket to go and buy whatever stuff that you want to buy. It's not like that, right? So it's like in the olden day, certain provinces or certain city, they produce a certain food, right? So let's say that they produce potato and that's it. The entire town only got potato to eat. Yeah, their town don't produce any other crops, maybe not the suitable or whatever it is. So it's very fortunate that if let's say that particular year you have a abundance crop harvest, so they basically call fortunate because in China you would need to go through this thing called bitter winter. Yep, today like for me in Malaysia, I got no bitter winter to go through. Right now we go through bitter flood. And so every single time it rains overnight, the road get flooded because the drainage was not properly maintained. Right? So that's why we get flooding in our country. It's pretty simple. Right? So in the olden day, you go through winter. So if your crops harvest is not good, you do not keep enough food for yourself. A lot of people doesn't pass winter. So that's why when you got fortune virtue, that tells you that probably just nice. Right. So now heaven virtue, anything to do with the what virtue? Virtue mean that you have done something and then whatever that you have done has collected enough karma point for you to redeem yourself, right? So heaven virtue is basically the God giving you grace, right? So that's basically what it is, right? So and then prosperity star. Now prosperity star is again another food eating star. Right, so you can see that this particular year seems like the tiger is destined to get fat. Right, a lot of enjoyment lah, right? So it's basically a lot of enjoyment, right? So it's you will see that the tiger star is in a bit of a bliss situation. Bliss situation is like everything probably fall into space place, everything is just happening just nice, right? So in this particular situation, a lot of time you may fall into a situation of what we call a Cantonese scholar is sengpei. You get into misery because you were overly joyful. So that's basically the situation, right? So if you take a look at it, robbery, harm sha, all your crossing sha here, has a lot to do with your own what we call not careful, right? So you're basically not right. So probably you were over flashing on your what we call your success, carrying expensive stuff all over the places, that's what you do, right? So Kurtang a bit um arguing with people, right? So arguing with people behind you, So now good blade is basically just raw wealth, overspending, right? So good blade is basically just raw wealth, right? So it's just an overspending situation. So can you see that you are in a stage whereby you are pretty well off, but at the same time because of that, you are not doing a lot of things that you should be doing to protect yourself, from external harm, and you are getting the punishment from external harm lah, for being sloppy, right? So being sloppy with protecting yourself. It's just like that. And by the way, those kind of things most of the time I think you can afford to lose it lah. Right? Maybe missing few handbags, I don't know, right? So you take a look at the tiger. So of course, if the tiger falls in a different area, right? So like for example, it is in the year, then it more on the general public. So in the year is basically the where you would probably get the most amount of invitation, or wherever you go, somehow your friend will cover you, right? So wherever you go, seems like there is always a dinner, there's always a lunch, there is always this ability to connect with people, right? So you're always safe in the general public wise. So pretty good for traveling if you're traveling, so probably you always meet up with people who invite you for a dinner or lunch, so you don't have to worry about your accommodation, you don't need to worry about, right? So if you're doing backpacking, I think it's pretty awesome, right? So you're doing backpacking, it's pretty awesome. So of course it's inside your month, right? So then you'll probably have a little bit more um dinner arrangement in terms of your career side, so which means that probably a lot of clients meeting, that you go out and meet with the client. So instead of you needing to buy the client food, the client decide to you know uh, treat you to a omakase, maybe, I don't know, right? So depending on it, right? So of course in the day, then in terms of relationship, you and your spouse probably spend a little bit more money than you should do, right? Nothing wrong with that, right? Don't feel that there's anything wrong with it, but how you spend money, right? So I think if it's inside the hour, is most beneficial, because hour is always your internal thinking. So whatever that you are spending on, things that you're doing, eventually it will benefit you, right? So since you're the main consumer consumption, but overall this particular person is very fortunate lah, right? So graphic wise, right, Crazy Rich Asian, nothing to worry about. Food is a plenty, you look lavish and what we call fortunate with the entire situation, right? So the entire thing, right? So it's like the feeling is that they have nothing to worry about, everything is a plenty, Chinese call 丰衣足食 啊, 丰衣足食, right? So enough clothing, to go through the bitter winter, and enough food to basically go through the bitter winter. So winter is of no problem. So it looked like it's a very, very joyful year to you for the year of 2025, right? Super joyful. So if you want to be friend with somebody who are a bit more on the positive side of things, they are a little bit more grateful, they show more gratitude to life, right? So go and find more tiger as friend, right? You have tiger as friend, gratitude is basically that, right? So there is always this aura of, oh, I'm very fortunate, right? So aka you also can call them the second generation rich, 富二代 了. Right? Second generation rich is a lot of time, they don't have to work too hard for the things that other people need to work like shit hard for, right? So they are like cover, their life is cover, right? So whatever they want is basically there for them already, is ready for them, right? So they can just enjoy their life, right? So but at the same time also is because of this everything is arranged, maybe arranged, things seems to fall in place, that they do not really strive too much. So other people may come and take advantage of you, right? So come, let's take a look at some strategy, right? So the snake and tiger, of course there's ungrateful punishment happening now. Ungrateful punishment, pretty simple. You get involved with stuff that you are not supposed to get involved with, right? So and then you are expecting people to thank you, but in the end you will find out that you were not supposed to get involved in the first place. So ungrateful punishment, the greatest strategy is do not volunteer yourself. Okay, that's it, very simple, right? So if you see certain thing happening, right, it has nothing to do with you, it's got nothing to do with you, you're not involved with it, continue to not be involved with it until you are directly involved with it, right? So like some example I tell you is that you see your best friends boyfriends together with another girl, to you it's like, oh, I want to fight for my girlfriend, tell my girlfriend about it, right? So once you call your girlfriend, or once you make a scene out of it, your girlfriend will basically tell you what the hell that you're doing, right? So I already know about this thing, you're not helping with the situation at all, you're causing it into a big trouble, you're going to be that lah. And you say, but I'm trying to you, right? So no one is going to be thankful of your participation. Just remember that your participation is unwanted. So you just stop being a self-righteous person. That's all only, right? So until the time whereby the other person invite you into the game, then only you come in, right? If not, it's none of your business. Okay, right? So the other person have the lesson that they want to do. Right. So of course, easy to access wealth and also prosperity. Right. So it doesn't mean you're earning money, right? Easy to access wealth and prosperity means that probably the people around you are pretty awesome. Especially if the tiger is in the year. You will be with a very affluent, affordable crowd, right? So they don't mind, inviting you in, just have a few food, have a few drink. Some may even invite you for holiday. It's like, oh no, I'm going to this particular place, right? So join in around. We got place to stay, got place to stay, got food to eat. You just have to buy an airplane ticket and come and join us. Right? How I wish there's such thing happening in my life. No, I have to buy my own airplane ticket. I have to pay my own food. Right? Right. So no, it's pretty awesome, lah. Right? So I think it's a good time for you to connect with people. Good time for you to connect with people. It's good time for you to experience life at a level that you probably couldn't afford on your own. That give you the drive to tell yourself that I want to be at this particular level. Then it's important for you to be able to experience it. Right. So like for example, if it's inside the career palace, it could mean that your company might be sending you to places whereby you probably couldn't afford on your own, right? Sending you prefers or some experience that you couldn't afford. Like for example, your company might sign you up for a certain leadership training in a different country, or a certain affluent leader may come over to the country and they have this particular seminar. Right. By the way, next year seminar business is going to be pretty good. Right. So if you're in the seminar business, yeah, pretty awesome, right? So tiger, right? So back to it, you might be like don't know lah, maybe a lot of people was raving about Tony Robin. So probably what happened is that your company decided that you're part of the core leadership program. So they sign you up together with a few other leaders to go for this Tony Robin program. Pretty expensive program, by the way, right? So usually it's held in Singapore. Never done it in Malaysia, if I'm not wrong. I have Tiger in the month and doing social media to get more money next year. You would probably be meeting with people who can assist you in terms of your social media. Now, whether you're gonna get money next year depending on your business model. Money don't fly in from space, right? So if the work that you are doing is not money, like for example, if you are doing a finance channel, your income is definitely gonna be higher than a cooking channel. Okay, right? So the per view rate, so which means that finance channel got more sponsor than cooking channel. It's pretty simple, right? So this one you need to take a look at, what niche media that you're basically doing, right? Have very little to do with this, right? So what does the tiger give you is that the tiger give you opportunity probably to make really good content because you are with affluent people. Right. So like for example, if you take this particular opportunity to do podcast short interview with the people that bring you along for this sort of party, right? Then you will do it great, lah. But if you don't know how to do this sort of stuff, God can't help you. Okay. Right. The energy only give you the situation and circumstance. Right. So like sometimes I tell you the car got turbo button. You don't know how to drive the car. You hit the turbo button, you kiss the tree. Make sense? Right? Opportunity is given to you, you got zero preparation, die. Pretty simple. Right? So now then you can take a look at it. Many people will come and connect with you. Right? Many people would like to come and connect with you. That's great. Right? So if you are into this particular thing called networking, it's really, really good. Right? So but of course again, right, you need to know how to network. Right? You need to know how to network. You need to know who you should network with. Right? So like for example, if there's 3 invitation to certain party that you're going, you need to know who is the important person party to go to. Like you can't attend all 3, right? So if you go to party A's, you also need to know that is party A's and party B's the people on your party, as in the people in the party, what are their situation? Because you stand here, the other side might accuse you or something. You stand there, the other side might accuse you or something. The worst place you can stand is called on the fence, right? You have to have a stance on, right? You have to have a stance, as in you need to have a priority list to tell yourself that hey, so this is the path that I'm basically doing, right? So like for example, next year I'll be doing a little bit more in terms of traveling type of activity, right? So just finish one a small tour of my hometown, with a bunch of international people. right? It was fun. They had a lot of food coma moment. Eating again, yes, eating again. I actually had to cancel 2 dinner because they ate too much during lunch. Right, overestimated the situation, right? So that's the situation, right? So then next year April I'll be going to China, right? So it's going to be an 8-day trip. So for those of you who want to go to China together with me, feel free to join in, right? So we have the details and everything out, it's already out anyway, right? So if you're in the Facebook group, you'll be able to see that the trip that I'm going for, right? So so we're gonna go there and look at a lot of places whereby classical text got mentioned, right? So I will do a bit of a series to talk a little bit about classical text, what did they mention, and go and experience this sort of stuff lah, right? So this is gonna be next year program for me itself, right? So you see, I know what to do. So when I connect with people, right? So although I don't have a tiger in it, right? So when I connect with people, I will make sure that I might want to connect with people who has a bit of a tiger inside their chart, so that I can access their network. Yeah, right. So all this going out tour, you need to show enjoyment, right? So this is the enjoyment expert, right? Right, so go and get in touch with them. So of course, with all this prosperity happening to you, you cannot avoid that people would want to call take advantage, right? So they want a free ride, right? So there's gonna be people who's like that, right? So they see that you are achieved, right? So they see that you have certain achievement, you are doing certain things that they want, right? So they wanna come in and get things out of you, right? So I think that's pretty normal, right? So I feel it's pretty normal. A lot of people say that, oh no, no, that. I nowadays I seldom complain with a lot of things, right? So a lot of things need to happen because it need to happen, right? So like for example, one of my friends, we try to rescue him a few rounds, he still get back into the same situation. Right, so saying that the universe need him to learn some lesson. That's what we are saying. And so nowadays a lot of time I say that things happen, there's reason why things happen, right? So there's a lesson that need to be learned, right? So is that right? So like for example, going for the tour, right? Certain places where we are supposed to do some mountain climbing, it was raining very heavily, cannot. Then there are other places, when we're supposed to go to do some mountain climbing, the rain magically stopped for us to finish all the mountain climbing. Then when we come back down, that time started raining again, right? So I said that it was grace of the universe to let us experience those places, right? So that's the thing, right? So it's pretty awesome, right? So pretty awesome is I would say that the tiger in the year of the snake is actually pretty steady lah. It's pretty steady. It doesn't really have much bad thing happen unless you go and kepo, busybody other people's situation when you are not invited to the party. So don't do any party crashing. Right? Do not do any party crashing. So which means that unless you are invited to the scene, you don't show up. Right. So it's like some maybe you hear that oh whoever is throwing whatever party so the fella didn't send you an invitation, don't show up. Okay, it got nothing to do with you, right? So it's not your party, right? So go to the party whereby you are given an official invitation, the people officially invite you, then you go, right? If it's not your business, it's not your business. That's the thing, right? So you need to be able to see that lah. Overall it's pretty enjoyable year lah, I would say that. So the tiger got it pretty nice this year, right? So despite you see that there seems to be a lot of negative star there. The negative star is nothing more than being what we call not careful with your situation, especially when you are showing off, right? Especially when you're showing off. So to you it's like oh, I'm not showing off, I'm just sharing my moment. You need to understand whether you feel like sharing your moment, whatever you feel like is not important in the world of social media. In the world of social media, you are not important. When you post something out on the social media, you are to be judged by others. Right? So that's why you need to be very careful with whatever that you post. A lot of people saying, but this is my private stuff. If it's so private, keep it in your phone. Do not post it. Simple enough. Understand? Right? Cool. Right. So like for me, actually, I'm pretty lazy taking selfie. Right. But the entire trip we have a camera director actually. Yes, we have a camera director, right? So for the entire trip in April, right? So yeah, she's the one that said that you have to stand there, do that, we do this, take photo, she's the one directing everything. Right, so it was fun. That's basically fun. Right, so take care, guys. Right, so this is for Tiger, pretty short and sweet. So next year of social media for everyone or just for Tiger, huh? Just social media, everybody also is in social media. As long as you are posting something, you're in social media already. Right, social media is something that you cannot run away from today, right? Unless you are somebody who doesn't need to elevate your status lah. That's all. So unless you then, it's just that for Tiger is that they got more content that they can do because they are gonna be in a position whereby it's just things are just a plenty for them, right? So things are just a plenty, because social media, a lot of things is about posting food, since they're gonna be invited to more party, right? So you got more food content, lah, right? Just post your food content, lah. Nothing wrong with it. Today I'm having lunch here, tomorrow I'm having dinner there. The next day, then it will be like me gonna say that your life good, lah, right? So like I got a friend who I always see her traveling. Yeah, always see her traveling, travel this place, travel there, today in Tokyo, next week is basically in China, Guangzhou. Then the other week is, in Philippines or whatever. It's just like, hey, you don't need to work, every day travel. That's her life, ma. There's nothing to do with me. But that's what she enjoy do, that's why she enjoy communicating with people. Allow her lah, nothing much more, ma, right? Correct, not like me, the I always travel to Lotus law. Last time it's basically called Careful. Is it called Careful? Forgot already, right? So it's either one of the like basically one of the hypermarket. Man. I travel to the hypermarket a lot. Okay, guys, right, so that is for your Tiger. So the next one should be dragon. Right, so dragon should be dragon. Then rabbit. Then will be ox. Right, so dragon will do it on Monday. Right, so like tomorrow I'll be traveling. Yay! Okay, right. Take care, guys. Bye.